Hello guys, this is Wonderbit Trading and we carry on with our weekly Bitcoin price analysis. As usual, in front of you can see 4 different charts and they're all related to Bitcoin. The one on the top left is the BTC Futures, the one on the top right shows the BTC Dominance, the one on the bottom left is the Bitstamp exchange showing BTC USDT pair, and the one on the bottom right is the Binance exchange showing exactly the same.
So, if you want to automate your trading strategies in cryptocurrency market, join our free platform Wonderbit Trading. Our trading terminal will help you to create a complete strategy with predetermined entry and exit points. Or you can create a trading board which will use your TradingView alerts as signals for trading execution. Or just copy trade the best traders in the platform. Join Wonderbit Trading for smart crypto trading and investment on autopilot.
So let's go straight into the content. We'll look at the weekly time frame as usual, without any predictions from the previous weeks, so I switched them off for the time being. And we'll just analyze the price action, what was happening during the previous week, where we're currently at. So, looking at the futures market, we can clearly see that we're still in that horizontal channel in which we were balancing between the bottom and the top for the past 3 weeks, or even more. At the same time, we can see that the 50 MA holds as the support. During the beginning of the week, we saw a wick towards the bottom of that channel and then the quick rebounds. And currently, the BTC futures are trading above the 50 MA, around 9,460. At the same time, looking at the BTC Dominance, even though we're still in the upward channel and expecting the BTC Dominance carry on increasing, we can see that for the past several weeks, the BTC was not showing any progress in terms of the increase in the dominant size. And we're currently in between the 50 MA and the 200 MA on the weekly time frame. We're in a horizontal channel here as well, which means that at some point the altcoins can shoot up, and if that will be happening, the BTC dominance will be decreasing towards the bottom of the channel, towards the 73%. If it's going to be a reverse, the altcoins may drop much faster, which means that the BTC dominance will increase towards the upper side of that channel, towards the 67%. Looking at the spot markets, the scenario is very similar to what we saw in the previous weeks. On a weekly time frame, we once again still in that huge horizontal channel. We're right in the middle of that channel, and at the same time we can see that the volume is still carry on decreasing, both in Bitstamp and Binance exchanges. So taking this into consideration, it looks like we're coming towards the final points of that channel, and we're expecting the breakout sooner rather than later. So let's switch to the daily time frames and look inside of each graph individually. So starting from BTC Futures, once again what we can see that during the 15th of June, which was the Monday when the previous video was recorded, during the end of the day there was a very nice support of the bulls. We can see the huge wick which was formed. We can see the volume was picking up. The volume was above the moving average slightly, which shows that there is some bull power in this action in particular. At the same time, what we can see that the price afterwards was bouncing in the same range. So even though the range of the overall horizontal channel is quite wide, we're narrowing it down during the past week. Currently, we can still see that the price is right in the middle of that channel. We can still see that the 50 MA and 200 is acting as a support and allocated below the current price. Now, the market is very indecisive in terms of what's actually going to happen in the nearest future, but taking into the consideration this power of the bull, we can still assume that we might go towards the upper side of that channel to test it once again, and then based on the price and the volume around 9,900, we would determine whether we would like to see another breakout and a further increase in price of BTC futures, or we'll face another reversal and the price of BTC futures will go down towards the middle of that channel. If we'll look at the 4-hour time frame, Right now, while we're recording this video, we're in a very crucial zone as well over here. The volume is extremely small. We're currently trying to break the 250 MA, acting both as a resistance at a 4-hour time frame. If we would be able to do that, then we'd definitely go into the upper side of that channel, so towards at least 9,800. This would be the target where we should expect the BTC to go, so this will be a nice short-term long position. If the price would be able to stay below this area of resistance, then we might see another down move towards 9,000, where we'll recheck once again the strong support area of 9,000. And then if we won't see any bulls in that region, we might even go further towards 8,600, which is roughly the bottom of that horizontal channel. So let us now look at the BTC Dominance. Actually, not much is happening during the previous weeks. So we can still see that the dominance is roughly staying around the same position, which means that there is a strong correlation between the Bitcoin and the altcoins. We don't see that any of them outperform each other. So based on this, we're still predicting that we might see an increase in the BTC Dominance based on the technical analysis on a daily time frame. However, it is also possible to make another prediction that we are currently in this downward trend, and this downward trend can be broken if we'll go towards the value of 66% of BTC Dominance and then drop below this line of support, retest it, and then go further below that. So let me now look at the Bitstamp exchange. Once again, the daily time frame should be taken into consideration. What is happening right now is that the price is trying to break above the 50 MA, so it tries to break the resistance of 50 MA. We'll see whether it would be possible to achieve that result by the end of the day, and only then we can judge what this candle is all about. Once again, over here we saw a nice support from the bulls. This was 15th of June, based on the idea that we broke below the support of 50 MA. However, during the day we were able to close above it, which is a very nice and strong signal that we are trying to go towards the upper side of that horizontal channel once again. So the nearest target will be 9,800 if today's candle would be able to close above the 50 MA. This is something to expect here. Based on the 4-hour time frame, the scenario is very similar to the futures that we just saw. We're currently trying to break both the 50 MA and the 200 MA to fix above it, and then if that will happen, we might be able to go further towards the upper side. However, what we can see right now, what's happening on the Bitstamp exchange, we can see that on the current 4-hour time frame, current 4-hour candle, the volume is quite good, but the price is still trying to break above the 200. If we would be able to hold below it, we might see the immediate reversal and movement towards the 9,000. If not, then the price can carry on with the upward movement towards 9,800. And let me now look at the hourly time frame on the Binance exchange. So what we can see here is definitely a nice horizontal channel. Once again, where the price is stuck between the certain values of 9,500 and 9,100. Now we're coming towards the top of that small horizontal channel. On the hourly time frame, we broke above the 200 MA, which is quite a good and positive sign for the short-term price movement. We need to see some retracement back to it, or at least the price to stay in the horizontal level for some time, and then we might see another upward move towards the top of that channel, so at least 9,500. So there might be a nice short-term potential for the long position. At the same time, we can see that there is no divergence on RSI. The RSI is steadily growing. So during the short term, we can see that the price of Bitcoin within the next day may go towards the upper side of that horizontal channel. and then if it breaks it, it will go even further based on the longer time frames. So the overall conclusion, we can see that the price of Bitcoin is still struggling to go somewhere beyond the horizontal channel in which it currently operates. We can see that the volume is carrying on decreasing, and that is a signal that a huge move is coming in the nearest future. That was it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned with our weekly Bitcoin reviews, and best of luck with your trading.